Coast Guard. I went to the Coast Guard Academy. I was 18. Dad was in the Navy. Had military on the brain, like I think most 18-year-olds do, and graduated. By some stroke of luck, I was able to make it through the place and bounced around. I was on a ship for a couple of years. I went to headquarters. I found my niche. I got into aviation and started flying C-130s, and that's been a little over 10 years now. There's a little bit of country, I guess, in it. Every now and then I'll hear somebody say maybe alt country. I started out when I was a kid listening to rock and roll and punk rock, and I was a little surfer kid. So it's somewhere in between like your kind of traditional Southern rock, and then it's always kind of got the elements of a little bit of country in it too. So growing up, I had the punk rock phase. So it was like the Southern California stuff, Unwritten Law. Lagwagon was a band out of, I think, Southern California, and I just could not get enough of them. There's a whole subset called, they kind of go under the red dirt country. It's not top 40 kind of music, but it's still kind of got that country element to it. And that's kind of where I've sort of found my happy place, and it's kind of where I sit right now. I started playing guitar. I was in my late 20s, and there's a song called The Shape by a band called Turnpike Troubadours. And so that's the song. I picked up a guitar. I was like, I want to learn how to play this because it's that good. And that one stuck with me. I'll generally throw that, if I'm playing a bar or something, I'll generally work that one in just about every time I play. A guy named Ben Nichols. He's from a band called Lucero out of Memphis, Tennessee. And he did a solo project called The Last Pale Light in the West, which is based off of a Cormac McCarthy novel. And the songs are just like, they're solemn and they're lonely, and some of them are creepy because he's just telling the story of the book. But I would have that on repeat because I think it would kind of give me the like drive I need every day to like get up on an island all by myself and for my own life kind of thing. Oceans is going to be my next EP. I think next couple months, I think we might be able to push that out. My personal goal is to play once a month. I've played Norfolk, Richmond, a lot down in North Carolina where we just came from. The ones that I've really enjoyed lately, I've been lucky enough to do a number of So Far shows, which is Songs from a Room. It's kind of a national network, and people are there to be quiet and kind of listen to your songs. And as a songwriter, that's all you can ask, is that somebody will sit there for a couple minutes and listen to a song that you wrote. If I had the opportunity to get by on less sleep or no sleep, I think I would take it. Life gets in the way of like so many things I want to do right now. I got, albums trying to put out, write songs. Every day there's all this stuff I want to get done, and then I get tired and I go to bed and I don't get any of it done. I was at a conference over in England. A bunch of C-130 pilots and air crew and a bunch of people involved in the program from operators all around the world. This town we were in, I found an open mic, and I messaged them and said, hey, can I bring some buddies by, play some songs? What I didn't know was that my buddies put the word out to the whole conference. So instead of like 5 or 10 guys showing up, I think about 50 or 60 showed up. And the pub was just terrified because they're running out of beer. And it's a bunch of pilots and air crew, so they want to drink a lot of beer. We packed that place out. I was singing songs that meant something to all those guys and girls that were out there listening. The look of terror on the bartenders' faces as they kept floating kegs, because they were literally like down to their last keg or two of beer by the time we walked out of there. That was a highlight for me.